What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Josh's Comics. Over the weekend, Heroes Con went down. Sadly, I did not go, wasn't able to make it, but I did make it to the local Philadelphia Comic Con that happens every couple of months. Um, and I picked up a nice little stack of books, some unbelievable deals that I found, and I'm going to show you guys the haul off in a minute. I will say this, I spent in total less than $100 for this whole haul, and we'll talk about price at the end. But before we get into the haul, do me a favor. If you like the content and if you like the channel, hit the like button and please subscribe. It helps out. Follow me on Instagram as well at JoshComics01. Every little like and follow or subscribe or helps out the channel, and I really appreciate it. So yeah, just a quick thing. Like I said, Heroes Con went down, was not able to make it. I originally wasn't even gonna be able to make it to the Philadelphia Con, but one of my buddies, 360 Comics, sadly couldn't make it to Heroes Con as well. So at the last minute, he decided to show up and sell. Um, I was able to go down, luckily, and do a little bit of hunting, not too much, and I only went down with a little bit of cash with me. And man, oh man, did I find some good deals. So let's start off with the first book. These first couple books are like just non-keys, but still, I think they're great covers. This is Catwoman issue number 63 from the Women's History Month. And I got this because I just thought it was a great Catwoman cover, reminds me of the animated version of the characters, but you got Catwoman, obviously, Katana, you got Batgirl, Harley, Poison Ivy, Black Canary, and of course Kate Kane's Batwoman. So thought that was a great pickup. The next book I picked up is Catwoman Uncovered, issue number 1 from Frank Cha. He's been doing some great Catwoman covers lately, and I thought that was a great steal. And actually, these first 6 books you're gonna see were and we're gonna jump into the keys now. The guy had them 3 for $5, so 3 books for $5. And if you probably bundled up, I know Joe 360 Comics man got in there before me, and he found some great stuff. But we'll get to there in a minute. So yeah, so every book you see until I let you know was 3 for $5. So I also found, surprisingly, he had 2 copies of these next each book. Captain America issue number 3. So this is the first appearance of Jacques Torres, who is the new Falcon, and he debuted in Falcon and the Winter Soldier show, and then he also was in Brave New World, um, along with Cap. He'd probably be in Doomsday as well. Again, his first appearance, he's not suited up in here. He had 2 copies of this. I kept one, gave one to Joe because I'm a nice guy like that. He also had issue number 5 for Sam Wilson's Captain America. And this is the first cover appearance of Taurus as the Falcon. However, he doesn't suit up and actually take flight and fight until issue number 6, I believe it is. Yeah, issue number 6. So still great to find that. And he had 2 copies. Kept one for myself, gave one to Joe. The next book, something that, if you're not too much of a modern collector and looking at cues like that, you wouldn't know. Dark Reign, Young Avengers, issue number 4 or 5, from the limited series. This is a great cover featuring Richard Kahn and Enchantress, aka Sylvie, if I pronounced her name right, and she was from the Loki show. Now, issue number 1 is her first appearance, even though she's technically not a version of Loki, but it is technically the same character. And only 22,856 copies were printed. So still a little bit of a low print run too for a modern book. But yeah, great pickup. And the last book to make the 3 for $5. This is great. I saw the book and I'm like, I know it's a variant. I don't think it would be worth much, but I went ahead and grabbed it anyway. I'm glad I did. Secret Wars number 8, Doctor Doom variant cover, and it's a Tim Coker variant, if I pronounce his name right. Got a little bit of value in it. Would imagine that when Doomsday hits, this might go up a little bit, but I'll probably keep it in the PC. And again, all these books that I just showed, literally every single book in here in this pile. I know the Catwoman's may not be impressive, but still, some nice keys in here. Modern keys, all for only $10 total. Um, like I said, I lucked out. Joe picked up some bigger books. Let's say bigger books with some nicer keys that were in there. And next time I go back, and then I'm gonna hit up that vendor first. A lot of those books I had a bag and board anyway. They weren't bagged and board. I tend not to look at non-bagged and board books, but these were in great shape, so it worked out. Moving on, I'm in my Star Wars haul. I'm always collecting Star Wars recently, and some of the more modern Star Wars stuff, not just the Dark Horse, can be a bit pricey and can have a nice tag on it. And if I can find it for a good price, I'll jump on it. So Star Wars Canon issue number 8. I think I already may have a copy of this. I'm not sure. I'd have to look, but still, it is a great copy. Great cover too. Only 42,824 copies were made. Not bad for a modern run, but still a little bit under print range. And a great shot of, the council in the background, Yoda, Mace Windu, Obi-Wan Kenobi. So, love that. Pick that up, and I'll let you guys know what I bundled up on this. Uh, issue number 11, which is a Mark Brooks cover, which I kind of think is also a, um, what do you call it? It's completely escaping my mind. I had it last night when I showed it on Canon. When the colors, mix match, or I'm probably not even making sense, but still, is a great Mark Brooks cover. Love this. I love the Stormtroopers, and it kind of gives you you know, Anakin entering the Jedi Temple with a 501st Order Legion going to kill younglings. So that's pretty cool. The next book I found, issue number 12, and I think it's the last issue of the run. A first cameo of the Grand Inquisitor, who we know was in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. He hunts down Jedi with Vader. Also, the first appearance of Admiral Ray Salone, who I believe is a Navy officer in the Empire, if I'm not mistaken. So great cover featuring the characters. And some of these books got, worth 10, 15, $20. I got all three. They were all three $10 a piece, so worked out for me. I'm actually like I'm not collecting the whole run because it doesn't make sense. I only do the keys, but I could probably do it because I only got a few issues left. And Joe found I think it was issue number 4 or 5, which is the second cameo appearance of uh, Badger and all the other characters from Can issue number 1. I can't remember all the names, but yeah, he lucked out, man. He got that great deal in the 3 for $5, and it killed me. So moving on to 360 Comics, these last 3 books I got from him. One book at the end is an upgrade that I technically purchased Saturday, but picked up and finished a trade on Sunday at the con. We'll talk about that. But he had a few books. He was doing 50% off all inventory. He originally had 2 tables. This time he actually gave up 1 table because he wasn't going to make it. Gave it up to a friend, and then once he decided he was actually going to show up, ended up getting back half the table anyway. So it worked out. So he didn't have much with him, but he had a nice wall, long box of price books, wall books, for 50% off. So I went and grabbed some. This is Wonder Woman issue number 799, and it is a 1 in 25 variant cover, if I'm not mistaken. And it was a $15 price tag, so it came out to like $7.50. Um, Chris Deline variant, so that's pretty cool. Why not? And the other variant is a great one. The Mighty Thor issue number 1, price tag of 20, so it came out to $10. Olivia Coop, Copt, Olivia Coopty, yeah, Cop variant. Love Jane Foster's Jesus, love Jane Foster's Thor, and thought this was a great pickup. And it came out to like 750, and I think he just said 15, and then, I gave him a 10 and a 5 or whatever. So it worked out. This next book, like I was saying, on Friday night, he did a clearance sale. It only lasted a few minutes due to a bad storm. But he mentioned to me a few weeks ago that he had it in from a collection. And I had a 3.5 off white to white pages of this book already in the collection. It is a Batman Rogue Gallery Silver Age first appearance. So he went ahead and he put it up, and I made an offer in the chat, and I said, "Hey, would you be willing to let me trade you my 3.5 off white to white page slab and then cash as well?" And he said, "You know what? Let's do it." I mean, he knows me and he knows I'm good for it, and he knows I collect Batman Rogue Galleries. And this is a nice upgrade to the PC copy. So, went down on Sunday, um, dropped off the slab, which, by the way, somebody hit him up that night on Friday and already bought that from him along with a few other books. So, somebody else is going to be getting that slab right out the gate. Total, this was $400. He gave me 200 trade cash in with the slab, and then 200 cash for the trade. I thought that was an excellent steal. And this is Batman issue number 189. First Silver Age appearance of the Scarecrow. Uh, Man, and this is his third overall appearance ever. His first appearance was in World's Finest, and then I believe he had a first cover appearance and a second appearance, which was in a Detective Comics issue, and then didn't see him for a long time because of the Comics Code Authority. And so, yeah, his third overall appearance, and it's also the introduction when he uses chemicals for the first time, like the spray gas, to put fear into his enemies, such as Batman. So, I had a 3.5 off white to white pages. Well, this is about a 6.0 to a 6.5 copy, so obviously a bit of a big grade bump for me in my collection, and I can't wait. This will be going in the CGC for sure. Um, Not sure about the white pages. We'll have to see, but even so, I necessarily don't worry about it. Even if it's off white to white, I'm fine with that. And when you start talking about, tan or worse than that, but this is a great copy. I'm actually going to film another video. I'm going to take this out and show page by page. Fun fact, there is a great ad in here for Detective Comics 459, I believe it is, which is the first Barbara Gordon in Detective Comics. And then also in her comic, there's an ad for Scarecrow's first Silver Age appearance coming back, so that's pretty cool. But I'll be filming a little video on this and taking this out. Um, yeah, guys, shout out to Joe. Uh, he helps me out so much with my collection. And honestly, a couple of the books you see on the back, the Daredevil, the Harley Quinn, and I'll try to see with the light, he helped me get. And you can go through all my other videos on the channel and see that I buy a lot from him. So upgrading that, I'm kind of at a point where I'm like, okay, certain books, if I can afford it, I would definitely do an upgrade now. Like I said, the 3.5 that I bought last year was an entry level copy. And hey, when you start getting your bearings into being a collector, and let's say you want to buy a beat up, not beat up, but you want to buy, a nice little mid grade copy, like a 3.5 to a 4.0, and then eventually upgrade what I did. I think that's a great price. And honestly, even for $400 without the trade value, it's like that book is insanely undervalued in my opinion. And Joe even said the same thing. You can get a Riddler 170, Batman 171, first Silver Age Riddler in like a 4.0, 5.0 and still spend $700-800. It's insane to me. And I kind of think that Scarecrow might be a little bit more popular than Riddler. I'm not sure about that, but in my opinion, I would think so. But still, a great Silver Age first appearance, a must have for any Batman collector, and I'm glad to upgrade it. And I'm glad I went to the Philly Con. It was a last minute decision. I was able to pull it off as well. I got some great books. And so total for the haul, not including this book because I already paid Joe the money on Friday night. So total, I took $100 with me down, and for this whole stack of books that we previously went over, everything here, $60. I spent $60 total for the whole haul. No, actually, no, I did not. I lied. I wanted to lie. I technically made a mistake. I only spent 50 actually. Yeah, I spent $50 total for this whole haul right here. Um, I think that's great. I think for the value that some of these books are in and have, hey, great. Most of them are going to be staying in the PC anyway. But yeah, and then of course, upgrading a classic comic book like that, First Rogue Gallery of Scarecrow in the Silver Age. You can't beat it. So, that is it for my Philadelphia haul. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do me a favor, hit that like button, and please subscribe if you watched to the end. And if you're enjoying the content, I really appreciate it. Do me a favor, check out Comic Book Canon. It's a Sunday night show that we do live at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We talk comic news, rumors. We do segments like Ask Joe, my friend 360. He's a collector, so you can ask him any kind of collecting questions. We do picks of the week with Naomi Comics. She talks about brand new comics that come out that she recommends. Ruling from the bench with our judge Dan, who talks about older issues that he thinks would be good pickups and good reads for you. And then, of course, we do Fresh from the Comic Book Shop, which features your fresh gets in your collection, what you recently picked up. You can post a picture on Instagram, tag Comic Book Canon and 360 Comics in the tag sections. Tell us about the book, what it means to you, and then at the end of the show, we pick one winner from all the submissions. And then after that, every couple of weeks, each winner for each week will go head to head with one final winner at the end of the month winning. And we're still working on it, but we're probably going to do some kind of, comic related giveaway, obviously. So check them out, Comic Book Canon. I'll post a thing up here for it too. And guys, that is it. Like I said, for my Philadelphia haul. Check them out if you can. I'll always find some good stuff there when I go. And looking forward to the next one. So, till next time, stay safe, take care of each other, and as always, we will see you in the next episode of Josh's Comics.